Throughout history, the world's major trade routes have dictated the course of wars, politics, and economics. Today, here on the shores of the Caspian Sea, that history is being rewritten. A new corridor is emerging, capturing the world's attention.
The mid-corridor is another kind of collaboration that can fill in a deeply needed vacuum.
Today, we serve as a bridge between these two regions, Southeast Asia and Western Europe.
Middle corridor is going to be an important asset.
Middle corridor is a reliable and sustainable route in the corridor.
Together, these ports form an efficient network within the Middle Corridor.
Interest in the Middle Corridor is increasing every year and every month.
The world's supply chains are in flux. The war in Ukraine has paralyzed the Northern Corridor. The Red Sea crisis and instability in the Suez Canal threaten global trade. With reliability and speed on its side, the Middle Corridor is now challenging the dominance of traditional maritime routes. At the heart of the Middle Corridor's transformation is Baku Port, a trade hub where East meets West, connecting China, Central Asia, and Europe with unprecedented efficiency.
The port of Baku is one of the key hubs on Eurasia's logistics map. Every second in here more valuable, and transportation time for cargo is no longer 2 months, just 2 weeks. And this speed's once only a dream, but is now a reality.
This transformation is not just about speed. The numbers tell the story of a growing global hub. Since relocating to Alat, the port of Baku has seen cargo volumes rise from 4.5 million tons in 2000 to 7.6 million tons in 2024, a record high. And with the second phase of port expansion underway, container capacity is set to increase fivefold. Across the corridor, investments in infrastructure and digital systems are unlocking new potential. Ferry terminals, rail lines, customs harmonization, all designed to turn this once overlooked route into a key artery of global trade. And now, Azerbaijan is stepping up to lead.
Azerbaijan to become the logistic and trade hub, like creating the value-add service, any other, not only transit corridor. If we're creating the value-add service for the transit cargoes, we are going to add quadruple, minimum 4, 5, 6 times. We need to increase the capacity and to match all the players in the corridors. Our capacity, you know that in the first phase, 15 million ton, including the 100,000 TEU container. And if we absorb the huge volume from the container, from the China container volume, we decided that we need to increase, we need to expand our special container handling. Heavy cargo terminal we convert to container handling as well. It was a strategic move to create a new container capacity and plus in the new container terminal.
Last year, the port of Baku handled over 76,000 TEU containers, a 73% increase from 2023. The port also transported over 58,000 units of wheeled equipment, 4,000 more than in 2023. Phase 2 of port expansion will increase container capacity from 100,000 TEU to 500,000 TEU, significantly enhancing containerized cargo flows through Azerbaijan.
It is not possible to ship cargo to Europe without passing through Baku, and that's exactly why Baku Port has become the heart of this corridor, where eastbound ambition meets westbound demand. But the Middle Corridor is a chain, and every link matters. To understand its full strength, we cross the Caspian Sea to Kazakhstan. where the port of Aktau anchors the eastern flank of this network and connects Central Asia to the world.
Azerbaijan started, Kazakhstan completed it. Aktau is also one of the key hubs on Caspian international transport route. Ships delivering from here head toward Baku, Turkmenbashi and other ports, making Kazakhstan as an important juncture between Europe and China.
Baku remains the central hub of the Middle Corridor and the main transit point for cargo heading west. Meanwhile, Aktau connects Central Asia to Baku. Oil, grain and bulk cargo are transported by rail from China to the port of Aktau, where they are transferred onto ferries and shipped across the Caspian Sea to Baku. From there, the cargo continues through Georgia and Turkey to reach European markets.
Our port's annual capacity is 70,000 containers. Including the Aktau Northern Marine Terminal, total throughput is about 140,000 containers per year, but demand is much higher. We have started constructing a new container hub, a joint venture of KTZ Express and the port. The first phase, to be completed by year-end, will increase throughput from 70,000 to 120,000, 140,000 containers per year.
To make the Middle Corridor a strong alternative to traditional trade routes, Aktau is modernizing its infrastructure, upgrading its fleet, and strengthening its connectivity with regional railway networks. To further develop maritime transport, the port of Aktau has started constructing a container hub that will increase its annual throughput capacity to 240,000 TEU.
Aktau is not just a transit point, it's a multifunctional logistics platform. Our port handles oil, grain and containerized cargo, and is well equipped with a terminal that connects directly to Kazakhstan's rail system. This intermodality makes Aktau a vital bridge between landlocked Central Asia and global markets. While Baku focuses more on container and rail traffic toward Turkey and Europe, Aktau concentrates on Kazakhstan's export flows.
To support this growing volume, both Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan have invested heavily in eliminating choke points along the corridor. As of 2024, over $6.5 billion in infrastructure projects are underway, targeting bottlenecks and increasing throughput. The results are already visible. Cargo transportation along the Middle Corridor rose by 62% in 1 year, reaching 4.5 million tons. The corridor doesn't just cut across geography, it cuts time. Compared to traditional sea routes, the Middle Corridor shaves off nearly 7,000 kilometers, slashing delivery times and fuel costs. Beijing now refers to it as the central arm of its emerging Iron Silk Road.
Increasing cargo flow requires new vessels with larger capacities. Companies like Blackwood, the Azerbaijan National Shipping Company, and TransExpress are already designing new container ships. Current container ship capacity is about 350 containers, but new ships will need to exceed 500 containers. ASCO is also building larger ferries to meet demand.
Larger vessels and expanded ports mean more efficient cargo movement. Every container shipped, every train loaded, and every port expanded creates new opportunities in global trade.
We are working to integrate our customs systems and border crossing procedures. Digitalization is making this process more efficient.
A unified tariff has been established along the Middle Corridor route, and the single window principle is being implemented. This will allow participating countries to facilitate faster and more cost-effective cargo transportation. Estimates suggest that with the expansion of the Middle Corridor's capacity, it has the potential to handle up to 73% of total trade volume.
the Middle Corridor is emerging as the safest and fastest connection between Europe and Asia, with joint efforts from China, Kazakhstan, and Azerbaijan. Trade convoys are now crossing the Caspian Sea and rapidly advancing toward Europe. In short, the Middle Corridor is no longer just an alternative. It is becoming one of the world's most strategic trade routes.
This corridor is not just about moving goods, it's about reshaping global trade.
Azerbaijan is strategically located. You've got Russia, you've got Iran, you've got the Caspian Sea, you have the network into Europe, which we saw with the transit of gas, and then you've got the Middle Corridor, which is newly needs to be mined. So what that means is it opens the aperture of suppliers for minerals, for other resources.
Middle Corridor is, for the future, going to be an important asset for the countries in the region, for the world trade. So I think we must do everything possible to realize it. Of course, it has many hurdles, but I think supporting each other, we will be able to overcome all the hurdles.
And as the corridor matures, the focus is shifting from national progress to regional coordination, with growing interest from international partners. Ensuring long-term efficiency and stability has become a shared mission.
Большое значение также имеет эффективная реализация дорожной карты.
The effective roadmap implementation for developing the Middle Corridor for 2022. 2027 is also significant.
Использовать возросший интерес к данному маршруту и привлечь к его инфраструктурному развитию третьи страны.
We have agreed that it is essential to take full advantage of the growing interest in this route and involve third countries in its infrastructure development.
Доставки груза по направлению восток-запад.
And at the heart of it lies a strategic partnership. Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan have aligned their infrastructure, digitized logistics, and expanded their fleets. Both countries now stand at the center of a geopolitical transformation.
And actually, all the necessary infrastructure facilities in Azerbaijan are ready to receive more cargoes. Our seaport, which has a capacity of 15 million tons, will be expanded, and already there's a budget allocated for that, up to 25 million tons. Therefore, I think that we now need to have more closer cooperation between all the countries involved, Central Asia and the Caucasus and Europe, in order to work actively on customs administration, to have more or less a single window approach, and on tariff policy, because we need to make this route not only attractive from point of view of absence of other routes, but attractive from a commercial point of view.
These routes have built empires, reshaped trade networks, and now, once again, they are defining the fate of Eurasia. The port of Baku and its connection with Kazakhstan are not just transporting cargo, they are carrying the future itself. At the heart of the Middle Corridor, a new global order is taking shape.